name is Marietta Mehanni, and this week's Gymstick tip is a great little abdominal exercise. It's basically a tabletop movement pattern that we usually use for like abdominal and core conditioning, but with the advantage of using the Gymstick, you can manage the exercise more effectively without placing stress and load on the lower back. So let's get into the position. So it's one band on each foot, then add a lot of tension on the bands. So in this exercise, the tension on the bands actually assists with the exercise, and you reduce the tension to make it more challenging. So a little bit different from most other Gymstick exercises where we add resistance to make the exercise more demanding. So underhand grip, and that's so that we can hold the stick more stable. We get to use our bicep to assist. Lying on your back, knees bent, and knee directly above the hip and bent at 90 degrees. So hold the stick still, keeping the head down. We're going to just move one leg. So I'm going to move my left leg out, keeping my right leg perfectly still. So I'm going to take the leg out as far as it feels comfortable. And for me, I can comfortably take my foot to the floor. Now, if you're not feeling that confident with this exercise, or you're starting to feel that your lower back is having to arch to compensate for the movement pattern, just take your leg just as far as it will go. So breathing out as the leg goes down, breathing in as the leg comes back up. And now you can also focus on drawing in the lower abdomen, the deep transverse abdominis muscle, to also be part of this exercise. All right, so we do this for 30 seconds, and then after a 10-second break, we move both legs. So both legs go out and in. Now this is very different, right? Because it's going to be a lot harder to bring the legs towards the floor without feeling that the lower back is doing more work than it should. So this is not about getting as close to the floor as possible. It's about straightening the legs out as much as you feel comfortable with. Now breath out here is really important. Breath in on the way in, and you stop the knees directly above the hips. Draw in the lower abdomen as you were before, but also with this one I highly recommend that you also consider and activate the pelvic floor. So breathe out, lift the pelvic floor, draw in the lower abdomen, and then release everything as the legs come back to the center. So perform this exercise for 30 seconds, and then after a little 10-second break, you're going to take your legs out, open, close, come back in. Out, open, close, come back in. Breathe out, breathe in. Breathe out, breathe in. Lift the pelvic floor, and then release. Draw in the lower abdomen, and then release. So we perform this for 30 seconds, then have a 10-second break, and then go back and repeat the whole thing, starting off with the opposite leg. So in my case, it would be my right leg, then it's both legs, and then it's both legs with the open and close. So the timings are really important with Gymstick because we want to maximize intensity. So it's not about doing 50 or 60 repetitions, it's about exercising for as hard as you can for 30 seconds and then have a break. So it's fairly quick, and it doesn't take lots and lots of repetitions, which is one of my favorite things about a Gymstick workout. So if you're interested in getting the music that goes along with this, check out powermusic.com. And that's this week's Gymstick tip.